Hello, welcome back to episode 2. Probably wondering where I am right now. Currently I'm finishing up all of the shaft. This will eventually be the mob farm. Let me get down here so I can show you. So far it's coming along pretty good. Yeah, that should be decent. They'll all fall down there. And as you can see, I bridged out a little bit from the main island, and I went ahead and removed that little catch I'd put under the sand island. There's no reason for it to hang out there like that. So, yeah, I've been doing this. Where I'm standing right now, they should all fall and hopefully be one hit. Yeah, that should work. I'm roughly 16 blocks long. So maybe another 5 blocks or so, and I'll be able to start making spawn platforms. Yeah, the only downside with the wood is that I hope they don't, creepers don't get aggroed on me and blow up. That would be a mess. But I'll have to put some safety railing and other things around to keep it from being totally ruined. Yeah, I'm really digging the plaid pattern that I have going on here. Wood looks really good with it. But, yep. So I made another lava cast. Going to have to use that stone in addition to what I've already collected to complete the mob farm, as well as a few other projects. I've been growing wood, as you can see, lots of that, and mostly I've just been harvesting all the agricultural stuff that you can harvest. Oh, and I also got some ink sacs. Ink sacs will be extremely important later for a research minigame, and you'll understand what that is. And speaking of, I have the farm right here for squid. Easy way to collect ink sacs is just, well, I'll demonstrate. Actually, I should probably widen the source block down there. That should allow me to have more squid spawns, since the larger the body of water, even if it's flowing water, the more squid are likely to spawn in it. Ideally you want pack spawns, but individuals are fine too. We don't need a whole ton of ink, but free ink is still free ink. We can use it for other things later on down the road too. So yeah, I don't get why mining on a ladder is so annoying and slow. It really shouldn't be that way, but what can you do? Oh, it seems we've already got a few. One despawned just now though. So yeah, 2 ink sacs from that, no effort whatsoever. Oh, and here comes another customer. Easy as pie. So yeah, that'll factor into research, which, research is a gating mechanic in Thaumcraft. It acts as, well, it prevents you from going straight to endgame stuff right away. Oh, squid fell. And so it forces you to follow a progression tree, which I kind of like that. You don't get all the amazing stuff right off the bat. You have to work for it. But yeah, mostly I've just been doing this. Oh, and I've found out that you can clump up oak saplings in a little square pattern, and they'll still grow. Unlike things like acacia saplings and jungle saplings, which probably wouldn't if you tried that. Dark oaks only grow in 2x2s, and spruce can do that too, but if you place them, if you ever put them in a line like that, you probably would only get 1, maybe 2 to grow, but you wouldn't get every single sapling to do that. I've also found that birch saplings, they also follow that behavior. Saplings are weird. Oh, but it's even worse when you've stood inside a sapling you just placed and an update tick occurs and the tree grows on top of you. Yeah, and with stone tools it's easier to suffocate because you can't break it fast enough. Especially when your head is considered colliding with something. That prevents you from breaking things fast. It lowers your mining speed. So, yeah. I'll be back when I've got the spawning platforms up and maybe even full-fledged mob grinder going. I can't wait. So I took the tree down, made a mega spruce, and I was stair-stepping down to the mob farm when I noticed this. I don't know what to make of it. Is it some sort of bug? So bizarre. Yeah, that is just wacky stuff here. And it goes... Oh, please tell me it doesn't go through the dirt. Oh, good, it doesn't. It doesn't appear to. This is because I don't want to lose dirt. I already lost a piece in episode 1. It's just one piece, and I'm never getting that piece back. So, yeah, you can understand why I don't want to waste my resources like that. And there's already a tree I know of that will damage the dirt around it, but I have ways around that. But this is just weird. Like, those generated there. I have no bone meal, so I couldn't possibly have artificially grown that tree, and yet... yeah, you tell me. I have no clue what the hell that's about. But at least it's despawning it. Oh well. I mean, it's not like spruce leaves are terrible, but they're not exactly useful either. Oh, and I planted the cocoa bean. Hopefully I'll get more. So, yeah. Be back this time for real when I have the platforms up. And I'm back. Only this time with spawning platforms. Yeah. So, the idea is I'll get water in these parts here, and that will cause mobs to be swept into the center. I will next line these wall portions here with, most likely it'll be trapdoors. Well, no, actually signs, because signs are better for wood. You get 3 signs per craft, as opposed to 2 trapdoors per craft, and all for the cost of 1 extra stick. So yeah, it's better all the way around. I believe this is 8 blocks, so 16, so a full stack, 64 signs, 4 mini stacks of signs. That'll give me what I need. And then I have only 1 bucket to work with, which makes getting the initial starting water bits a little more annoying to collect, but oh well. What can you do? This is where I will pelt them to death with my fists. And this. So, before I even bother to finish and turn this thing on, I have to take into account the fact that I'm going to get a ton of mob drops from this. So much so that I'll have all this crap coming out of my damn ears. And then top it off, I've got stone, I'm growing wood and other agricultural products. At a certain point, it's going to be crazy. I've only got 3 double chests up there to contain it all, and for now, that's fine. Eventually, I'll outgrow that, and so I'm going to need a place that can sustain whatever I need it to sustain. So this will be the storage level. Not entirely certain how much further back this way I want to go. Mostly because I really don't know how many chests I'm going to end up using. They'll all be double chests, and I'll compact them as tightly as I can, but I'm still not even sure what the layout I want it to be. Like a back row here, skip 2 spaces, back row, or row here, skip 2, row, skip 2, and so on. I'm really not sure which one I want to do. I'll probably make the max height, put some sort of a roof awning, whatever, over it. I may make it open sky, I don't know yet. But, yeah, it's gonna be good. And I don't half-ass this. But, yeah. Oh, and the mega spruce actually grew into a mega spruce like it should, instead of leaving a little trail of leaves on the bottom, which is so weird. Oh, and then the next problem after that will be getting leather, which I really desperately need at this point. Okay, and then gotta make those signs now. I think I'll do that. But first I want... Well, there's really no point in inscribing a pattern in the ceiling, so I may just use nothing but half slabs to put the ceiling on that thing. That's fine for now. But, I don't know. I'll have to play it by ear a little bit. That'll take care of the ceiling. The wall, I want to be some form of wood again, but creatively. Ooh. Yeah, I got a good one right here. And I'll use from those as I need. Let me go ahead and make a backup axe. And may as well make a backup pick too. I barely touched the stone I've already gotten. I can tell it's going to go a long way, but at the same time, it always helps to have some extra incentive to hold on to stuff. Still not entirely certain what the overall theme or what exactly the continuity will be between sections and portions. I may just go with a style similar to this. This looks somewhat castle-like, but I don't know. I'm a fan of stone brick, but I'm trying to break away from pure stone brick and make it about something else for once. Mostly because the same pattern over and over, you know, pure stone brick is just boring. But yeah, this looks like it'll take a little while more. So, I'll be back once I've got a fully functioning mob farm. Ooh, man, I cannot wait. That is some good eating right there. We're gonna be rolling in the dough shortly. Whoop. See you then. Well, I got it ready. So, I'm going to put trap chests behind these eventually. Unfortunately, that has an iron requirement, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Now, if you're a quick study, you probably saw something interesting in my inventory. But before we get to that, let's find out a little more about who we have in here. Typical armored assholes, nothing special. Which, unfortunately, they drink health potions, so they tend to stick around. I did manage to get some pretty decent armor. Oh, and haste 1. Oh boy. Okay. Perfect example. Right there. You see he has a nameplate. I believe this guy is too. This is a fiery skeleton. Now, what is a fiery skeleton? It's a champion. Hold on. Jesus, that's loud. Yeah. It's a champion mob. And champion mobs are no joke. Especially for me. Ooh, vampiric. Nice. Maybe he'll give me a higher level of treasure bag. Fuck. Yeah, it's much better. So, champion mobs are nasty, nasty motherfuckers. Oftentimes they have a boost. Okay, so you can see the particles coming off of them. All champion mobs have a particle effect on them. If you get close enough, it'll give you the nameplate there. So bold skeleton or bold champion mobs all have a bonus to their speed and their durability. All of them have durability increases, and they have health increases, and the damage they do is higher. So pretty much terrible all the way around. Oh, this motherfucker is infested, and we'll get to why that's bad in a minute. But for now, let's just clear this as best we can. Oh god. This taint tendril right here, it's in the way. There we go. Now every time you hit an infested skeleton, he'll spawn one of those little things. Got him. Those are called taint crawlers. And they drop this nasty... I better get it off me. They drop that. Tainted goo. You can't afford to keep tainted goo on your person at any time. If you keep it for too long, it will dissolve and poison you. So it's one of the few items I know of that you can't carry around with you like it's nothing. And they also spread this taint fiber crap, which makes them really dangerous. It's hard to mine that taint stuff. Yeah, taint is going to be a real problem later if I don't play my cards right. Now, on the plus side, when you do encounter a champion mob, if you're able to kill it, then you get these treasure bags. They come in common, uncommon, and eventually rare variants. And all they do is simply give you items. But in this map, they not only give you items, they give you things you can't possibly obtain, like diamond. So, unfortunately, this is the only way I'm going to be able to get diamonds. Oh god, armored. Those are even worse. But by far, of all the champion mobs you'll encounter, mighty is the worst. Yeah. Anything with mighty in front of it, you don't challenge them. Kill them from afar if you can. Anything with mighty will most likely one-shot you. Mighty spiders and mighty zombies don't output enough damage in one hit, so if you're wearing something like full diamond, you'll be okay. But a mighty enderman, even if you're wearing full diamond protection 4, a mighty enderman will just... That's it. You're done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're done. And yeah, it can get pretty rough. But on the upside, the risk is most definitely worth it. Because, I mean, look at this crap. Like, I could get at least 4 or 5 diamonds out of this for no work at all. I mean, you can't beat that. Even if it is deadly, at the very least, you're getting something worth it. And then you can also get ender pearls, you can get gold coins, you can get gold ingots, you can get splash potions, regular potions, baubles, which I've not gone over what baubles are, and that's what this ring is. It's the bauble tab. You have 2 ring slots, a belt slot, and an amulet slot. And baubles do various things. We're not really concerned with those right this minute. None of the good baubles are accessible right now, so who cares? But, yeah, that's the gist of it. We're going to get a lot of good things out of this. This thing will be our bread and butter for a while, until I can get villagers. And I'll also be able to make weakness. I'll get weakness splash potions from these bags, and I'll also be able to get gold apples, either straight gold apples, or I'll get gold and then I have apples. So either way, I'll just have to pull 2 zombie villagers out of this hellish thing and store them somewhere and cure them. So that should work out. Actually, I don't want this here. Yeah, this will be the gunpowder. This will be bone. And this be rotten flesh. This will be arrows, although I should probably keep some on me now that I have a bow. Arrows. This will be just spare bows. Why not? String. While I'm thinking about it, go ahead and make a bed. String. Spare armor. Spider eyes. So yeah. Moving on up. Oh, good lord. All this for nothing. Oh, this guy is warded. He has a shield on him, basically. And that's what baubles allow you to do. Some baubles give you warded shielding. And we'll get to why that's important later. But he was a normal zombie other than his warding. But because he's got a shield, he's basically got double the normal pool of health. Because you got to break through the warding to get to him. And the worst part is, warding regenerates over time. Both for you and for a warded champion mob. So if you're not quick on the uptake, he'll just regenerate all his shield and you'll have to work through all of it again. Yeah, it can be a bitch to kill these things sometimes. Thankfully, we've got them contained safely in there. The drop is high enough that only armored mobs and champion mobs and witches will survive the fall, but creepers and basic skeletons and zombies die instantly. So there's no chance for any riffraff to, fuck things up. Believe you me, if you let creepers accumulate in that thing, you will regret it. Mostly because... Well, what the hell? I just saw a creeper fall. Weird. There's no way anything should be able to spawn up there except inside the trap. Huh. Well, whatever. But yeah, creepers, especially if they're shot by a skeleton, if you're up close, they'll explode because they can still see you through the little slit there where you punch and hit everything. And then if a skeleton is right behind one and it shoots or tries to shoot you, it'll hit the creeper. And if the creeper doesn't die, well, it's a good way to get records, but if the creeper doesn't die and you back off, it'll automatically aggro on the skeleton and explode, which means the whole farm is then ruined. And you may have mobs that survive the explosion and now pour out into the rest of the area. And that's no fun. Ooh, Grim. Grim champion mobs are really bad. They'll inflict wither on you. And then Venomous inflict poison. And let's see now. Warped will give you warp. And warp is a mechanic that I'll get into later. Warp essentially makes you crazy. And warp is fun to play with. But, yeah. Each mob tends to mess with you in some unique way. Fiery will, of course, set you on fire. No, Venomous gives you hunger, that's it. It doesn't actually poison you. There should be another type. I can't think right now what it might be. Oh, sweet. So even though that had Protection 3, this one has Aqua Affinity, and I'll need that. I mean, it's not even been 10 minutes since I turned this thing on, and I'm already stinking rich from just the mob drops alone. Oh, man. Okay, so now that all this is pretty well settled for now, the next option available is to use the top of the lava cast for something interesting. Unfortunately, it's a slow process, so I don't know when I'll be back with this part, but I'm going to organize all this crap, and then I'm going to make a selective dark room, which odds are that's where I'll pull the villagers from whenever the zombie villagers when they spawn there. And there's also something more interesting with that peak that I'll get to in a minute, but yeah, it's going to be pretty valuable. I was at work today and I realized that I didn't need leather. I mean, I still need leather eventually, but I've got a workaround for that. So I'll see you guys back here when I get that. All right, I am back. I made my spawning platform. And guess who I have? Yeah, this ugly motherfucker. So, if you're wondering, this is a type of mob that is added by Thaumcraft, and it's a Peck, spelled like that. Basically, it's a rummager forager. This is also called a Peck forager. And what they do is well, here, I'll demonstrate. Let's see. I'll slowly convert his prison to stone brick here. The interesting thing to note is that these little bastards, they're neutral mobs until you trade with them. So I had actually already caught a Peck earlier, and unfortunately for me, I wandered away thinking everything was cool, when in reality it wasn't, and he despawned. And the worst part was he was the best kind of Peck, which is the Peck Mage. And the Mage is how I intend to make my fortune. I need him to continue. To really even get started in Thaumcraft proper, I need a Peck Mage. There's really just no way around it. And that's, well, that is an unfortunate need. There we go. There. Okay. So the thing about Pecks is that they speak the language of greed. Literally greed. The concept of greed. That is their lifeblood. They can't go a minute or two without money, essentially. And much like another race that we're all familiar with, they'll give you stuff, but only in exchange for money. And these items, rather, just so happen to have a certain aspect on them. This particular aspect is called Desidarium, and it's shared by each treasure bag. The common one has 4, the uncommon has 8, the rare has 16, I believe. So these guys just love to pick up items that have Desidarium on them. Greed. They're greedy. Gold coins. What else? They'll pick up regular crap too. They're not picky. They have a set inventory though. So while they are greedy, they do have some selectivity. See, there we. Oh wait, no, I picked that up. Let me go ahead, since I need to do this anyway. let me go ahead and open this. Ooh. Oh, okay. So, right off the bat, we have 6 gold coins, 3 ender pearls, potion of night vision, a gold ingot. Wow. And a knowledge fragment. We'll get to those later. They're valuable. But right now we're worried about gold coins. And gold coins have only a single point of Desidarium on them apiece. But they're useful because if I can get him to pick that up, and that can take anywhere from an hour to a few moments. Yeah, he's not picking things up. I think his inventory is full. But eventually he'll see it. I think he has to have clear line of sight to it. I'm really not certain how the mechanic works. There we go. He literally just did that. Okay, so the green particles means we can trade with him now. Only it's an interesting sort of trade. It's not the typical trade. So when you put an item that has Desidarium on it in the acceptance grid, you get the option to roll the die. Oh wow. And you get potentially up to 4 items, depending on what the item is. So you're gambling, essentially, and you can get nothing back. You can also get a single gold coin back. But you're probably wondering what a native iron cluster is, too. Native iron clusters are essentially 2 iron ingots in 1. So when I smelt this, I'll get 2 iron ingots out of it. But, I mean, this is free iron here. So this stuff is not easy to make, and since I don't have any way of mining iron, and it's hard to get them without villagers. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, and you can get emeralds, too. Ooh. Ooh. These leggings are speaking to me. Ooh, XP bottle. I don't really need that. But anyway. Ah, native cinnabar. We'll need that. So, cinnabar, it comes originally in cinnabar ore. And through a magical process, you can purify iron, gold, cinnabar, and copper, tin, lead, silver, and whatever other mod-related items you happen to have. Obviously, I don't have any of that, so I've just got copper. Or, I don't have copper, I mean. I have iron, gold, and cinnabar. And so by purifying the raw native ores, you make native clusters. And those, when smelted, will yield double whatever the original item is. Oh, I got some of that gunpowder back. Incidentally, when he spawned up on the platform, he was spawned with a ton of other mobs. So I had to weed them out so that I could stick this guy over here. And I used gunpowder, because they're like magpies. Anything you drop on the ground, they'll swarm it. So I had to lure him over here using gunpowder until I could get him safely contained and can start doing that. And right off the bat, I got something amazing. The Greatwood sapling. Now, Greatwood is a new type of wood added by Thaumcraft, and it's essential for progression. So, 1 Greatwood sapling is all we need, because Greatwoods are just that. Great woods, great trees. They're huge, bigger than jungle trees. Now, see, I lost nothing. More gunpowder. More gunpowder. Another gold coin. Ah, another iron cluster. Another cinnabar. Ah, native gold. I was hoping for gold. Ooh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Now, there is a bug. I warn you. That's why I'm trading only singular point items currently. It's because I have had this nasty bug kill both single-player and multiplayer worlds. It's not world corrupting, but it will slow the world to a halt. And I'll see if I can't trigger it on purpose, like these leggings here in a minute. And what it does is it doesn't crash the server, it reduces the server tick load to 0. So the server still runs, but it's not processing anything, and I'm pretty sure it's stuck in some infinite loop. I'm really not sure what it is, and I can't get a crash log out of it. So, we shall see. But that's kind of what makes me hesitant to use these treasure bags to gamble. Not only could I probably get more gold coins to get these 3 things, which are the most valuable thing this guy offers me, but I also don't want to run the risk of crashing my single-player world, or grinding it to a halt. I'm not really sure which. But, I mean, occasionally. It doesn't seem to do that every time, though, I've noticed. But, yeah, it's something. Oh, wow. I got a notch apple from that? Hell yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, baby. A silverwood sapling. Oh, wow. Okay. That was worthy. That was a worthy gamble. So, silverwood is another wood added. There are only these 2 types of new woods, new trees, new woods, saplings, etc. that are added. So, these are essential. And being a void world, there's no way you can get these without this guy. Oh, and just to show that it has no Desidarium on it, has 2 other aspects, but nothing else, and you can't gamble it. So, emeralds I'm going to save because villagers. But this is 10 points of Desidarium, which is the highest, second highest of anything. Oh, okay, it didn't crash the server, great. Because remember, single player is an internal server. Oh yeah. Speed potion. You'll occasionally get potions from them. Damn. Okay. Yeah. I love night vision. It's so pretty. Ooh, I got my first bauble. So this is the Apprentice's Ring of Air, which gives you a discount of 5% for air-related things, and we'll see what that means later. I also got this iron axe, which is actually better than the one that I had. It's even enchanted. Ooh. Nasty things wait up there for me. Another ender pearl. I'll save the emeralds. Save the XP bottle. Yeah, and I'm already running out of space, just like I said I would. I'll put the potions here. Whoa. Oh, that was speed, not... Okay. I thought it was a different type. I'm scared to keep this on me. I know I'll probably die and lose it or something stupid. There's no good place to put this. That I'm not so worried about. Common treasure bags, I find, really only gives you gold coins. You'll occasionally get some other things. This is just a poison potion. I don't need that. Instant damage, you can take a hike. XP bottle I'll save. So yeah, I mean, this just gives me a ton of things to work with. Because if you think about it, as long as I keep trading with this guy... Oh, and there we go. I knew that would happen. Whew. Anyway. But yeah, as long as I keep trading with this guy, this is infinite iron, infinite cinnabar, and infinite gold. Right here. I will eventually set up gold and iron farms, just because that's also infinite, but that's also effortlessly infinite. But this is the only way to get cinnabar on this map, so be prepared. Now, the thing of it is, their greed has limits. So I'm right-clicking, and I'm not getting anything off him. So I will have to do that whole mess all over again. Thankfully, because he's contained, he'll just pick it right up. Okay. Come on, take it, guy. Oh no, the world is melting. Ah! That only lasted, what, 3 minutes? It was too short. Now, there are two other variants of Peck that I really, really want. The Mage, as I said, but also the Stalker. This is the Forager, which gives you a lot of World Gen related things, like the 2 saplings and then these. I would assume he'd also give you copper, silver, tin, and lead if you had mods that used those installed. But since I don't, they're not available, they're not turned on, so I would have no use for copper, silver, tin, lead, native clusters. I would have no use for them. I would be totally unable to smelt them because there would be no corresponding ingot because the mods themselves add that. Thaumcraft just sort of has a slight interrelationship going on there. Like, I hear the mod Botania has a lot of interrelation with Thaumcraft, and I believe that is a zombie villager up there. But I don't have a weakness potion, so there's not much I can do about him. Yeah, you know it, buddy. Take it. I think it has to be floating in his hitbox for a little while before he realizes that he can collect it. Oh, and since these are neutral mobs, don't hit them. They will get very pissed at you. They're strong motherfuckers, too. And there can be champion variants. I've seen an armored Peck before. There we go. Another greatwood sapling. I mean, I'll always take more saplings. So go slow, because you're going to miss left-clicked or something and aggro him. He's too valuable to get angry. But on the off chance that you do piss him off, you can take Desidarium-related items and drop them on the ground. Preferably keep him pinned like so, and then just drop them in front of him, and eventually he'll calm down. So they're one of the few mobs that will actually not be angry at you forever. Unlike pigmen, because pigmen are fucking terrible. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot about this. So this is also the only way to get blaze rods. On this particular map with this seed, because there are no nether forts around in the nether, and blazes and wither skeletons will ambiently spawn inside nether fortresses, and blazes will spawn not just on the walkways and in the enclosed areas, but they'll also spawn from spawners. But since there are no nether forts on the nether side in this map, I have no way to build any sort of a trap to cause them to spawn there and thus collect them. So I'm thoroughly out of luck when it comes to blaze rods, except for this. Another speed potion. Don't do speed, kids. Oh yeah, I'm just rolling in it now. See, I told you the mob farm would pay off big time. And you can kind of see that it spawns the item directly beneath you, and once you've popped open a few hundred of these bags, you realize what items are what. So you can kind of just look down to see what it's giving you. Oh, I'm full. Yeah, I am very full. Ooh, jump boost. Oh, hell yeah. Give that to me. Invisibility. Oh, invisibility, yes. Some potions I like to use. Some potions are pointless. Like instant damage. Not really that helpful. Oh, we made it. We finally got one. So I just talked about the runic shielding, and this is the only bauble that's a starter bauble. You cannot craft this in any way. You have to find it in a treasure bag. But it is a bauble that will give you a single point of runic shielding. And that's what that gold heart is right there. Ooh, and another apprentice's ring. So I guess I should just go ahead and talk about the rings right now. There are 6 elements in total: air, aqua, terra, ignis, perditio, and ordo, which is order, entropy, earth, fire, water, and air. So the 6 are 4 of the classical elements plus order and entropy. It's pretty much what all that is. Get more of that. Save that. More gold coins. Oh, I got an Ordo ring as well. May as well go ahead and just pop the rest of these open too. Another Ordo or Aqua ring. Shit. Ooh, efficiency 2. Nice. Instant damage. I don't have any use for you. What else? Okay. So basically just a ton of... Oh, I got diamond. Only 2, but still. Diamonds are diamonds, man. Moving on up. Got baked potatoes, too. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about these guys. I don't have the other 2. Peck Stalkers are not extremely useful as far as I'm aware. They don't offer trades that are spectacular. But the Peck Mage will be invaluable because he's the only thing that can get me crystals. And crystals are often like these rings. There's a big theme about the 4 elemental and then the 2 non-elemental primal aspects. And that's Ordo, Perditio, Aqua, Terra, Ignis, and Air. And there are also variations of crystal. And these magical crystals are extremely important for any magical anything you try to do. It's all tied to those 6 original primals. And yeah, so I need a Peck Mage to get those crystals, and the only way I'm going to do that is by getting lucky up there. And I had one earlier, but I walked off like an idiot, and he despawned. He's friendly to me now, so if I walk away, he shouldn't vanish. Even if he does, at the very least, I took advantage of him. So I'm not worried. Just so everything is safe. I don't want to screw this up and have something terrible happen to all my good loot. But I'll store that crap here. Then I'm going to walk away. If my frame rate will let me. From there, if I walk all the way down here, I should be well within, or well outside of, the despawn range. So if, oh god, they're both champions, aren't they? Yep. Shit. I don't know how the hell these guys got out, but oh well. Ooh, yeah, he dropped a potato too. Sweet. Ah, yes, and zombie brains, that's a thing. They're used for crafting. They've got a unique aspect on them that's hard to find. That's about it, really. Oh, slowness. Yuck. More coins. Gold. Okay. So we've thoroughly demonstrated now that if he's going to despawn, that was his time. So, let's go see. And since he's friendly, he shouldn't vanish. Oh, I ate crow. Never mind. Oh well. And that'll do it for this episode, I'm afraid. Hopefully by next episode I'll have a Peck Mage and maybe even some villagers. Until then...